Have you ever set your alarm for 5 a.m., only to turn it off and sleep straight through until 8, then wake up feeling guilty? Have you also heard so many people say, if you want to succeed, wake up early, but then told yourself, I'm just not the kind of person who can do that. I just need more sleep? If that sounds like you, then listen to the story below, because you may come to realize that the very first hour of each day can become the moment that changes your entire life. Jack was a 2-year-old man living in a small industrial town, working the night shift as a security guard at a warehouse. Each day of his life passed in hardship, exhaustion, and a suffocating sense of repetition. He worked through the night and slept through the day in a cramped little room, and over time, Jack began to feel as though his life was trapped in a hopeless cycle with no way out. No matter how hard Jack worked, he still could not change the course of his life. His night security job forced him to live opposite to everyone else's rhythm. While the world was waking up to study, work, and seize opportunities, he was heading back to his room and collapsing into sleep from exhaustion. Because of that, Jack had no time to grow, improve himself, or learn new skills. He was not lazy, and he was not lacking in effort, yet his life remained stuck in the same place. As time passed, Jack felt more and more trapped in a vicious cycle with no way out. A major turning point came at the moment Jack felt most hopeless. Just after finishing his shift, he received an urgent call from his younger sister, telling him that their mother had fainted and was now in the hospital. Jack immediately got on his motorbike and headed back to his hometown, his mind overwhelmed and his heart heavy. When he saw his mother lying weakly in the hospital bed and heard her tell him not to waste his life like this anymore, something inside him seemed to break open. Jack realized that he could not go on living in poverty, exhaustion, and helplessness forever. That very moment became the turning point that made him determined to change his fate at any cost. If you have ever wanted to change your life too, then keep listening to this story. On the bus ride home after visiting his mother, Jack happened to meet Mr. Chen, a successful businessman in the town. Seeing him on such an early trip, Jack was surprised and asked why a successful person would start the day at dawn. Mr. Chen smiled and said that the time between 5 and 7 inches the morning was the golden hour for building the future, when the world is still quiet and the mind is at its clearest. He went on to say that waking up early was the very habit that had changed his own life, and for the first time, Jack truly felt a sense of hope. The next day, Jack met Mr. Chen at a small cafe and was given a very clear plan for changing his life. Mr. Chen told him that the time between 5 and 7 a.m. would become the foundation of his future. From 5 to 6 a.m., Jack had to study a new skill that could improve his financial situation, such as Excel, accounting, or any other useful trade. From 6 to 7 a.m., he needed to strengthen both his body and mind by walking, exercising, reading books, and planning the day ahead. Mr. Chen also emphasized 3 important rules. Never negotiate with the alarm clock, go to bed before 9 p.m., and stay persistent through the difficult first week. He believed that only discipline could turn effort into real results. Jack began his journey of self-transformation with strict discipline for 90 consecutive days. Every morning, while it was still dark outside, he forced himself out of bed at 5 a.m. to study Excel, accounting, and other skills that could help him escape his night shift security job. After an hour of studying, Jack would go outside for a walk, breathe in the fresh morning air, and read more materials to strengthen both his body and mind. The first week was exhausting, and his body resisted fiercely, but Jack refused to let himself give up. Gradually, he adapted. His mind became clearer, his body grew stronger, and his knowledge increased day by day. That persistence was exactly what prepared him for the major turning point that was about to come. After 90 days of consistently waking up at 5 a.m., Jack truly turned a new page in his life. By making good use of the early morning hours to learn new skills and improve himself, he gradually became more disciplined, confident, and valuable at work. The knowledge he gained gave him the opportunity to move into the accounting department, increase his income, and take better care of his mother. A year later, he was no longer the poor security guard he used to be, but a successful man who had changed his life by transforming the very first hours of each day. If you now understand that the first hour of each day can change your whole life, and you are ready to take action, comment the letter U.